Hello and welcome everybody to Encounter Roleplay. Tonight is Wednesday, therefore we are playing Stars of Outnumber Solace with Cord, our Space Master today. Cord, how's it going?
It's going well. How
Glad
is
to hear
everybody
it.
out there? How are you guys?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful.
Dandy.
So shall we pick up from last we left off?
Oh, someone got a haircut.
I did indeed. Just
Yeah.
a few moments ago.
Ooh, at dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Can anyone remember
Yes.
my Twitch password?
No. I do
Yes.
not know
Yeah,
I
should make it
memorize
into
all
Twitch.
of your passwords.
I remember everything about you.
it. Okay, so I don't have the rule book in front of me. That sucks. But anyway, last time we met the characters, you guys were on the run. Well, not really on the run. You guys grabbed your ship.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, not yet. You guys got your ship from some marauders on Scorpa, a part of the Scorpion Hearts gang, and then you guys flew over to Dracona and spoke with some officials there about paperwork and whose ship is going to be whose. And I think you guys decided Ardash will take the name of the ship, or the ship will be in Ardash's name.
Sign the papers.
Yep, and
Oh yeah, Gandalf was there.
and Gandalf. Yeah, Ian McKellen played a guard.
wouldn't let us
And
pass from
then
him.
what else happened? You guys met more in depth. Sentient Android 50, also known as Sal, the fifth crew member, who will not be joining us today, which is fine.
It's been decommissioned.
What else happened? Mutton Jack gave you guys, I think, clues on where you should freelance your marauding work or your mercenary work. And Solar Flare Megacorp seemed to prove a useful contact. They called you up. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Westwind Multistellar called you up to gain some files from Solar Flare, their rival company.
They're the evil guys.
Yeah. Solar Flare is a big shipyarding company. Think of Microsoft, and then Westwind is Macintosh. They're just this rivals. Some things they're not very compatible with each other. One's obviously much user friendly, but one is definitely more of a corporate power. So yeah, Westwind needs you to take some files back that have leaked to Solar Flare. They would send their guys, but they'd much rather, they don't know the inner walls of Solar Flare, so they decided to send some mercenaries in and do a simple job.
Plus, it's always good to have some deniability.
Exactly. We don't know who they are.
You
Either
should just
erase
kill
the
'em once a
files. Exactly. Either erase the files, encrypt the files, or corrupt the files, or just move them to a
Just copy and paste.
folder, bring them back, whatever.
Put them on a USB.
They want you to just take them off their servers, however way you can. You guys met a bandit in actually Vox's contacts. Gave you guys
Oh yeah.
a friend
He's
in the
dead
bar.
now. Oh no, he's alive.
No, he's still alive. A friend in the bar who gave you guys access some fake paperwork and some uniforms for your infiltration.
This is a
the
guy
next
I
day.
knocked out.
Later, he showed up. He wanted payment, I think. You guys knocked him
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, Vox is like, no, I'm not gonna pay you.
Yeah, we have a criminal tied up in the back of our ship somewhere.
Yeah.
No.
He had drugs upon him and therefore
left
he
him-
had to be arrested.
He's
I
in
left
some
him-
docking bay.
Yeah, he's in a different docking bay, but I've hidden some drugs that I found upon him, and I've basically picked them up, and I'm just left him a cute little note saying that if he comes after us, I'm going to pay him at a later date once all the
So
documents go through. In fact, I might not pay him at this rate because it's not gone particularly well.
We may all be dead.
Exactly. So, you guys got some. You guys got some uniforms, some false papers, and you
Janitors. That's it.
proceeded to Solar Flare. You went to Solar Flare, and then
Everything went tits up
Um,
immediately.
Mr. Rand, the office manager, showed up to the receptionist's office and asked
He
you
called
guys
Mr.
for your
Ram.
papers.
Mr.
You
Ram.
gave them, and then he looked them over, and that's where we cut the scene.
Is his name Ram or Ran or
Ran, R-A-N.
okay, yeah, okay.
Oh,
He's
I wish it was Ram.
Asian.
Yeah, I know he could just download some more
Yeah, it's
of
actually
himself,
Just download some RAM.
a Chinese.
and he just
shaven
functions
head
better. I
man.
imagine that's how Sal
Yeah,
works. He
suit.
just downloads more RAM, and he just starts working better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not
Download
enough
more
memory. Not
ram.ch.
enough memory.
Download
Um,
ram.exe.
So yeah, you guys. The last time we left you guys were just waiting.
We're about to be screwed.
Yeah,
Really?
we have all the weapons
Yes.
and like the mops are disguised. Like my great sword is just disguised as a mop. Honestly, it's really clever, guys. And then it's
So we
just like a
can
really
wipe it over.
obvious sword.
The robot's
It's basically
holding
like a
huge
toothbrush
duffel bag.
sellotape to the bottom of your
Yeah.
like the pommel, and you're just like, it's a broom, I swear.
Everything's fine.
Why does it have a
Who's
trigger?
actually wheeling that barrel of stuff?
I'll say
yeah.
they probably
So.
put me in charge because they don't want me to talk.
Yeah,
So,
I would say Grog. Yeah.
Probably I'm in charge of the heavy lifting.
Okay. So yeah, the Mr. Rand.
Which might be a terrible
Awesome.
idea, by the way.
Yeah, he's looking at the. Not really. So he's looking at the papers, and he. Where we left off before, he's got like this confused look. He flips it over a couple times, and then he says, "Is this yours?" And he gestures towards Sal, the sentient android.
I nod and say,
He's with you.
yes, there are documents. We have a repair drone.
Yes. It does say that you have a repair drone, but it needs a drone class. This is obviously a walker class. You don't have the paperwork for a walker class?
I shake my head and say, we have to make do with what we've got, I'm afraid.
Well, I'm very sorry, but we can't, due to security, we can't let the wrong class ship, or the wrong class bot through. Sal actually turns to you guys and goes, that is okay. I'll be back on the ship if you need me.
All right, Mr. Robot. Sorry about the class. We'll see you later.
He goes, it is perfectly fine.
And so I look at Mr. Rand and I go, well, great. Well, now how are we supposed to get all the work done? Do you have something that you can supply?
Are you a robot?
I don't, but Archie.
And then I look at him and I say, well, it's gonna be real difficult. You know, I just we want to do the best job that we possibly can.
He goes, I understand that. Let's cut to Archie. We have not met yet. James, where is your character at this moment?
Is
Is he
already-
conveniently next door? Does he work here? Is he going to just let us in?
Look out through the window.
He's Mr. Ran. Plot twist.
Archie
pulled
ran.
my mouse.
It
Hello. Where
is
would
I.
I'm probably
I'd love to see. Sorry, I was just going to say, I'd love to see Grog's reaction as the manager pulls his mask off and it's actually his brother. The look
Exactly.
of confusion.
because-
Whoa.
So, well,
His head explodes.
well, you were
Crit fail.
kind of
Alright, so where's
weak.
James? Or
Grog
where's
would,
Archie?
Grog would probably have sent like a poorly worded message to Archie saying like you were going
Dear
on a job
Archie,
and
we are going on a job to be janitors. It's a little bit that big long word, but it's going to be okay because we're pretending not to be people because we're trying to. I don't really know, but I'm going to be here tomorrow. Bye.
He wrote
P.S.
Yeah,
Love
so
you.
he gave you.
so I've been until very recently I've been on Dracona sorting out the release from our contracts with Macmillan Interstellar, the
Mhm.
company that Grog and I worked for before, and I'm probably on my way to where Grog said they were going. I imagine I've got my hand just on like it's become a thing with Grog over the years that he'll just do things and I will have to just wade in and try and get him out of them. So as far as I'm concerned, it's just another one of those. What are you doing with your life, Grog? So I probably got like a vague, not like a janitor, not like a boiler or anything, just like t-shirt and jeans that I found, so I can
Okay.
look fairly workish, and my gear
You've
and
been
stuff.
actually, you are right behind this group. You probably, you see Mr. Rand come over, walk by you, and then or you're behind Mr. Rand on like a waiting chair, reading like a magazine. You have a toolbox next to you,
The Scorpa
and
Daily.
and yeah, or the Dracona Bugle, and yeah, you look up and when you hear probably when Grog says goodbye to some robot, and you look up and you see Grog and some new faces.
Shall I do physical description for
Absolutely,
Archie's?
yeah.
Yeah, Archie's about 5'7", 5'8", quite a short guy. He's got like a kind of mop of emo-ish black hair. And yeah, he's pretty specky looking. He looks like a massive nerd. He's got glasses.
It's a phase.
And yeah.
So James, it's you, but with glasses
It's me with
and the hair dye.
Hey.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically.
He's got
I
emo
think he
hair.
sounds attractive.
He gets all
Oi,
the
that's my brother.
Oh God, I'm not prepared.
I say,
It's canon
So yeah,
now.
I'd look up and I'd kind of look up from a magazine and kind of sigh to myself, go right, just say here we go again to myself, and just watch for now.
Okay.
Do I have a weapon? Well, let's check my character sheet.
Yeah, what do you have stowed? That's gonna be fun.
I've got 2 Lazarus patches, a med kit, a laser pistol with 20 rounds of ammunition.
On you.
Yeah. I'd have the med kit and the Lazarus patches like in pockets, and the laser pistol would be in my toolkit.
Okay. Yeah, there is a there's a
imagine I'd
waiting
put it
room,
up for
and
anything.
before the waiting room, or the next part of the waiting room is actually a security checkpoint with metal detectors.
Cool. What I probably would do then, if like I imagine being a techie, I'd probably have like tried to got loads and loads of metal tools basically, and surrounded the laser, so it just looks like a massive metal tools, and try to just position them so that it won't show up particularly like
It'll just be a
laser
big
pistol.
white
It'll just show
blob.
massive. Is that okay, or do I need to roll for that? Or
Oh no, you can do that.
Cool.
So yeah, the I mean, we haven't gone through that checkpoint yet.
Well, yeah,
you're in the waiting
I would
space.
have done that in advance, as soon as I was aware that there was a checkpoint there.
Yeah, well, yeah, you probably went through. You were like, "Oh crap," and then you probably were like, and then kind of started to rearrange. So maybe that's what you're doing, and then you look up and you see your brother talking to Mr. Rand. So when Ardash, when you said, "How do you expect us to do our job?" He actually goes, "Well, you guys are waiting for someone, correct? Because this gentleman behind here," and he gestures to another guy with a toolbox, and he says, "Maybe you guys can help each other."
No, I don't think we need him, actually.
And Grog, you notice that it is your brother.
Oh. Yes, actually, we do need that man. We are here to see him on official business.
Yeah, I stand up and I walk over and I say hello, Grog, and I.
Oh, hello there, man I haven't met
I give-
before.
I sigh and I say, what I think he means is yes, we are waiting for another contractor from our company. Although I don't believe I've ever had the pleasure of working with you before, and I hold out a hand.
I shake it and I say, Archibald.
I smile and I'm like, you know when people like roll a word around their tongue, like Archibald, Archibald.
Exactly.
Archie,
Like,
Archie, and I'm just like, Archie, good to meet you.
And yep.
That
What are we
happened.
doing then?
I said, well, I've got the details, and I sort of pat the work document. I presume, I can presume we actually have the work documents. Yes, we do. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
You,
in that case, I go to
actually,
like
Vox,
take it and
have
like,
all the schematics. You're the only one
Yeah.
who actually looked them over, so I just assumed that.
yeah, I know.
yeah.
I know.
I say, mind if I take a look?
I say, so yeah, sure. And
I take it and I just read it.
Give it a once over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
What is it?
So yeah, it's a
do
documents
you,
of.
do,
of
Sorry,
a floor on.
is there a family resemblance between you two?
I'd say yeah. Like although he's massive and I'm small, the face is we've
Yeah.
got very.
Yeah.
His is probably more podgy version of my facial structure.
Yeah.
Besides the implanted bolts in Grog's head,
Yeah.
they're probably the same.
Yeah.
Skull.
So I've
silhouette.
sort of twigged on here, and
You
I've
may
heard
well,
I've
yeah.
heard Grog mention your brother several
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Same profile.
And I think it was obvious when he was like, "Man, I've never met before."
I don't know who this guy is.
The second Grog says something, I automatically assume the complete polar
Yeah,
opposite.
yeah.
Exactly. So Mr. Rand has been waiting politely with his arms behind his back. And he says, gentlemen, whenever you're ready. And he actually walks you towards the security checkpoint. Who has the barrel? Grog?
Yeah, me, yeah.
And he says, yeah, you can come around here. And he actually opens up the gate, or like unclips the rope, or actually unclips like a gate and swings open a partition for you to just wheel through.
Yeah, I will live through.
But everybody else is required to go through the metal detector.
I walk.
All of the weapons in the barrel,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except my laser pistol.
except your laser pistol. Yeah, it's in your.
Sealed,
It's entirely made of metal, though, isn't it?
I walk around with the barrel because he only addressed gentlemen, so I just assume that I'm good to go. So I just like walk by.
Oh, yeah, you're fair.
Because Miss,
Like,
you need to.
yeah. And I go, oh, well, you didn't make that clear. And like I sort of like half-ass keep walking, like just to be a total.
Through the partition. Or
Yeah.
Through the okay, yeah. He stops you. He holds up his hand. He goes, "Sir, Miss, Miss, I really do need you to walk
Be a
through."
bitch.
And as I walk, I like step on his foot and I turn around the other way.
Yeah, he kind of gets what you were doing. He kind of snorts. And,
Short.
Yeah, exactly.
I walk the other way.
Yeah, I walk through the metal detector briskly.
Make a luck check or a luck save.
How
So,
do
yeah,
I do
it's-
rolls in this game?
Yeah.
My luck save.
Your saves are
14. Is that the
14.
DC
Yeah.
base?
That is, it's like a will save and stuff. That's your DC.
So I need to get
So
higher
20.
or lower than that.
You need to be higher than that.
Oh fuck! Do I have any mods on that, or is it
Nope.
straight up?
It's always a
straight
straight.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. He goes, sir, there's something showing up here. And Mr. Rand walks over and he goes, sir, could you hold on? And he, as the toolbox goes through, he grabs the toolbox and runs it through again. Roll one more time.
15.
Great. He goes and he's kind of looks at her. They looks at each other with Mr. Rand. They kind of point at the screen a little bit, and they kind of just shrug it off, and it goes through, and they're like, "Thank you. Sorry about that. Must be tools bring up a lot of stuff." Hey, Fred, I'll play it.
Hey, for
Hey,
And,
buddy,
uh,
how's it going?
In chat.
It brings up. It's just really interferes. And I thought I saw something. Sorry.
I kind of single bead of sweat goes down my forehead, and I go and stand next to Grog,
Okay.
and I
I pat you on the head affectionately.
I give you like a very subtly, so no one like the security guards I imagine are doing the security things, but I give him like a pat on the back and I say, you haven't been talking too much, have you?
No, me, I don't ever talk. No, not me.
Good. Make sure you let me do the talking once we're further inside.
Oh, yes, definitely.
I sort of look at the two of you and I'm like, so I'm presuming brothers?
This could all happen within the elevator ride. Mr. Rand brings you over to the elevator, and he says, because you guys know where you're going, you have the schematics for floor 45
Yeah, I
in
said.
your hand.
I smile and I nod and I say, floor 45.
Okay, and he's like, okay, well, you know how an elevator works, I presume, and I'll just leave you guys here.
So I pause and I
have
say,
retech one.
And he just kind of lightly nods at you guys
Yeah. Sorry,
and
after
dismisses you into the elevator.
cool.
Lift.
Before we vanish, can you confirm what an elevator is?
Sally Frosty portal.
I am.
The
I
uppy
turn around and I'm
downy.
like, the uppy downy.
A big
I know uppy downy is something completely different to that, my friend. I turn around. I'm like, I do believe there was. Well, I presume there will be other security checkpoints inside the building. Do we need a security pass or anything?
I'm sure you'll be fine. It's really the only the only checkpoint. The main there'll be security officers, of course, but there won't be checkpoints.
Oh, fantastic.
I mean, you won't be accessing the classified floors. Where are you going? You're going to 45 seats?
I pull out a piece of paper and I'm like, yeah, floor 35.
Rog looks really suspicious.
But yeah, and he says, yeah, there won't be anything on there.
No, there's absolutely no security at all. It's really open plan. It's really modern and chic. Just walk into every room.
So
cool.
as the doors are all closed, once the doors close and the elevator and we're all in the elevator, you see me just rummage through the barrel and I pull out 3 grenades and like stuff them in my pockets.
You're like, oh, good.
And then my handgun I put in like a holster that like looks just like it looks like there's a tool belt with a bunch of crap in it, but I just put the handgun in it.
Okay.
And then like a couple screwdrivers to like cover it up, and then I like shut the pouch, and then I just sit and I stare at the wall.
There's like a hammer.
I
Behind the hammer, there's a
turn
laser
to
pistol.
I turn to this woman and I say, "You alright, Missy? What's your name?"
I go, I'm Ardash, and I'm here to do a job.
Before you guys,
We're meant to watch.
And
the
I like
dash.
I'm like awkward like around him because I think he's like cute.
Oh,
she's
God,
shy.
it's just like real life. I mean,
you have the same hair.
oh yeah, we do have the exact same hair.
So
It's a very narcissistic bond that's in
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
I
you
say,
complete me.
I say, I'm
yours
Archie,
swoops to the left, mine swoops to the right.
Rog's brother, and I reach out a hand to shake hands, as all player characters do.
I'm not allowed to do any talking now, guys, so don't worry.
Not too much.
Brog,
but-
you go press the 45 button.
Oh yeah,
on
I
the
pressed the big red
console.
button in all
Yeah,
circumstances.
But before it actually goes, the elevator starts moving, and you just lift your hand and.
That
Oh,
is so cool.
Yeah.
How do they know?
I quickly before I say anything further, I want to do a quick like little sweep. Is there any sort of like
I was
bulk or recording
about to
device
say,
here?
like, I'm going to say for argument's sake, like, I gesture to Archie and I tug at my ear and sort of swirl my finger,
yeah.
like, as if to say, there are ears.
I tug
Yeah,
at
I
my
nod.
ear.
As I say I turn to him while I'm searching around. So shall I do a roll for searching, like a tech roll or something?
No, what are you looking for? A
I'm
camera
looking
or
for
something?
like a camera or recording device.
Yeah, no, it's obvious. Right in the top corner, there's a plane of glass with a lens behind it. You could
Good.
obviously only assume it being a
Can
camera.
I from my obviously because I'm comm crew, would I be able to work out whether it's got recording capabilities like sound recording?
Yeah, make a check. So 2D. Oh boy.
So it'd be
6, right? Yeah.
it'd be a,
2D6.
be a post tech,
Yeah.
and then, which is an intelligence.
It's intelligence
plus
based.
intelligence, so it's 2d6 plus 2 in total. Because I've got
Yes.
plus 1 from that, plus 1 from a stat.
Yep, you get above an 8.
7.
Okay, yeah. So you can't really tell. There aren't any there's no holes nearby or on the plane of glass or plexiglass to see any holes for recording or a speaker
Cool.
input anywhere.
I see.
But that also it could be hidden anywhere.
Yeah, I turn so that just quickly so that my body's like shielding my hands, and I just kind of point at where the obvious camera is.
Yeah,
and
like to jerk the thumb over.
Yeah, and then I say to you two that aren't related to me. So, what are your backgrounds in? What are we doing? Why are we actually all here? All I got told is that we're repairing something.
This one here is Ladash. Meant to look out for her. She's a woman. She does. She flies the ship.
Woman.
She's our captain. We must obey at
That's what I
all
gotta watch out
times.
for.
And this is Vox. He is a man, and Yes, he looks at he fires the guns, but we don't listen
I
to him
don't
as much as
actually
the
own a
captain.
gun.
No, the
That's
ship's
true,
guns.
yeah,
The
you don't
ship's
have a gun.
guns. You're on the ship's gun.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I like that.
I say, Grog, remember what I said about talking?
I like
I-
talking
I-
around
I-
these lot.
I say to these other two, he's always been like this. You get used to it. He's fine, really. So what
I
do we?
smile
What do we
happily.
say?
So I
wanted to
look
stop.
at I look at Archie and I kind of eye toward the camera as well, and I just sort of like cover my hand, and I'm like, "Is there sound on that camera?"
I say I shrug my shoulders. Say maybe.
And I go, "Okay, well, in the event that there
Alright.
is, we are looking for some documents."
You just
I
cover your face.
punch you like playfully in the shoulder and like smile and say, we're looking for something to repair what she's trying to say. I've got the documents on me, and I basically like I want to pull out a pen and write on my hand and say like, corporate espionage, looking to reclaim lost property from. I can't remember the name of the company we're in.
From
Going.
the school office.
What's it?
West Wind.
Their security is
Multi-site.
really tight. Let's
I
go.
just put Westwind in, and
It's
I just
for
sort of
them, but
flash
it's
it.
the corp
Solar Flare Corp.
solar
Fuck,
flare.
I
Yeah.
never
you're
wore
in-
any armor.
Solar Flare Corp's headquarters.
Mm.
They want
Yeah.
you to do some file stuff
They want us to copy pasta.
for West Wind.
I want to look at the schematic for floor 45, and I want to see is there any sort of like central office for
It says death.
like-
Do not go here.
is there a central office for what's it called like security in terms of like cameras recording?
I
There's
put it out actually on
a
your.
room that just says warning,
handouts.
like this is a completely.
I got it.
Floor 45. Do not go there.
Conference room. Are those offices anything specific? Or are they just offices?
There you go, stream.
Who knows?
Probably wouldn't really
They will be.
say unless they were really specific.
But yeah, I mean, I'll be doing. It doesn't say.
Someone's gotta
it just
clarify
says, This is
this.
what you see. This is what you. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
Judge. So yeah, this is what they gave you.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like a circle or anything. This is just the documents that Vox's contact seemed to get for you. It was probably just their real estate documents.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's all I see,
Mm.
then yeah, I look at that and I say, right, let's do some fixing, and then
Yeah, you guys, as you look up from the documents, you see 43, bing, 30, 44, bing, 45, bing, 46, bing, 47, bing, and you starts counting all the way up to R, which is roof level. It's right past floor 85.
I
You
thought it was
guys-
45.
Okay.
Yeah.
It goes 85.
Was
and then
there before it got all the way up to the roof? Was there an emergency break or something like that? Is there an
emergency, like
stop?
a stop?
Yeah,
I'm
like an
I'm
emergency
guessing as
stop,
it
so
goes
we don't go
past,
all
I'm
the way
gonna
up to the
like
roof?
start pressing buttons.
Yeah,
to
there's an
stop it goes
emergency.
down.
There's an emergency stop, but
Yeah,
Grog never pressed 45, so someone's calling the elevator.
Yeah.
okay.
Cool. I just sort of hold up a hand and like.
And after you guys
I
pass-
stand next to the buttons.
Yeah, after you guys pass floor 45,
stand-
you look
I
over
stand-
the console, and 45 has never been pressed.
yeah.
So
Okay.
you guys are just riding an idle elevator.
I am.
Hey, NC Gaming, how's it going, man?
I reach
Yeah,
over and I hit 45 as I see that we're all the way.
Hmm.
We're at like floor 70 and nobody had been watching.
Yeah, because you guys were talking about each other and
Right.
Yeah.
figuring out. Yeah.
I assumed
Got the
Grog
camera.
pressed it,
Yeah.
which is foolish.
We all
really.
assumed massive.
Well, no, I
Grog.
got in and then it just started going, and I was like, oh, it's going about with me pushing it. I did say it. I was
Or
like, oh,
worse,
it's
he
magic.
did
Why'd
like
you
an
do that?
elf and he just painted all the numbers. It's like, ooh.
So yeah, we you guys do anything? You guys press that emergency stop, or are you just gonna ride
No,
and see
no.
who gets on?
Oh, I wouldn't.
I
Yeah, I just went over and hit 45, and
Okay.
we'll
Yeah,
go
I'll
back.
just
We'll go back
But it
down.
will.
press 45. Play it cool. Just Whistle
Okay.
a jaunt.
Yeah, just wait to see what happens.
Yeah, you guys get up on the roof level doors, open up. You guys are greeted with the sound of a helicopter or like a helicopter drone. It's got propellers on the bottom wings, and then of course a stabilizing helicopter on the stabilizing rotor in the tail. And there is it seems to be hovering. I'm sorry, it just seems to have landed, and the blades are slowing down. The hum is turning, is getting lower in volume, and also wind is whipping about. You guys are on top of, obviously, the skyscraper.
I press
identify
45.
what kind of- can I as Grog goes to press the buttons, I kind of stop his hand just temporarily, and can I identify what type of drone this is?
Sure, yeah.
Do have
It's,
paperwork for that, sir.
You have to do a
Tech roll.
vehicle ground, yeah, tech ground.
Would it be? I think because vehicle is like driving, isn't it? So would it be vehicle
Yeah, if you're,
vehicle
Still gotta
air? If it's a drone,
drive
is
it.
it vehicle air?
yeah, vehicle air. Thank you.
Cool. So is it intelligence based here?
Yeah, or you can do your post tech or
They're both exactly the same.
Okay.
I got a 12. What kind of drone is it?
Okay. This is a.
You used to own one of these.
It's a privateer drone or like chopper that has been bought by Multistellar. I'm sorry, what is this? Yeah, Megacorp, Solar Flare. It's the same model as the police drones, or the police copters.
So it's a
It
security
is like
drone.
an SOL. I'm sorry, no, that's
Look
Solace.
out, boys.
It's an
Best in
SF.
chat.
It's SOL. It's in SF Wasp, and yeah, it's just has been made like there's some guns attached. There's a hard point on the bottom that's got a like a minigun or some sort of Gatling weapon attached to it, but the interior of it is like luxury.
Yeah.
And then that's all you can really decipher right now.
Like, is it just like a small thing?
Yeah, it's not like a huge.
It's just
thing,
like
it's
it's
just-
just like a remote control drone.
No, it's a person transport. It's
Oh,
like
cool.
a copter.
Cool. Yeah, I just pressed 45. and go-
I
think
sort of.
drone
Does anyone
outside.
get out of it?
Yeah, people. Well, there's the pilot is turning it off, but there are people walking into the elevator right now.
45,
like-
45.
Yeah, you guys press 45.
I'm like smashing it in.
Yeah, the
Smash it
as
with the
soon as
mop.
it opens up, there's guys waiting there. There seems to be one guy in a tuxedo, or like a silver suit. It's got some sheen on it. He's wearing a skinny tie, and then he's got these two brutes, like muscly men. Actually, one muscly guy, and the other guy is like a bit scrawny, but he's got an axe in his belt. They don't look like they actually work here, and then they kind of walk in. The guy with the tuxedo is holding a briefcase, and then they walk in, and then just kind of nod to you guys
I press
as
45.
they awkwardly make their way into the.
I sort of
elevator
shuffle over to give
with
him
some
room and
chairs.
then give him an apologetic smile, as if to say, like, sorry, us grubby work a lot, and getting in the way of your flashiness.
I'm eyeing up the brutes.
The man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd yeah.
Smaller than-
I'm the protection
mean-
here, so I'm getting an assessment of how good these guys are. That's what
Yeah,
I'm trying to do.
What it comes down to is you could easily take that little guy.
You shoot
but-
small.
Yeah, but the other guy, I mean, he
He's quite big.
isn't as big as you, but he definitely has worked out more. He's got more of defined muscles,
I go
and,
to the gym all the time, honestly.
and he actually shows it off too. He's got a couple tattoos, and one of his sleeves is just ripped down to the elbow and is holding on by a couple threads. Like I said, these guys aren't.
Yeah.
You guys.
They're not
I've
like
seen
they're not in uniform. or
Basically, they
anything.
look like complete dickheads. That's
Yeah,
what
if you
I'm trying to
guys
convey to
were to match them to anything that you've seen already, the Scorpion Hearts on Scorpa, like those kind of ragtag bandits. But yeah, they come in. The guy with the the suit is like completely clean polished. His hair is slicked back. He's got sunglasses on.
Is it
And yeah.
daytime or nighttime?
It's about I think it was middle of the day when you guys got here.
Yeah.
Okay,
We,
so
we,
we-
yeah, we fucked
okay.
about for a bit.
So yeah, you
Extended period of time.
the doors close. The guy in the suit doesn't say much. He kind of like nods or like smirks a bit when Ardash says what she does about was it Ardash who said that? About the janitors. And
Where's Vox?
it was Vox, I'm sorry. And
Ardash has just like stood kind of in the mid, like normally etiquette is the back
Yeah.
of the elevator or whatever. She's just like stood right in the middle.
yeah, they just kind of
So it's
like
just-
look at you and
Yeah,
wait.
and I'm just like awkwardly being like, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they're next to you. Vox, you notice immediately there's a crest on that briefcase that you recognize. I'm actually going to send it to everybody right now. It's in the handouts.
Oh my god, I've just got a handout sent to my
Let
hand.
me actually get through.
Grog checks his hand, wrist, like thing.
Good
Um,
boy.
My Pip-Boy, yeah. We all basically have Pip-Boys, don't we?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You also like you guys have cred sticks as well, but
Oh, I have a
Most of
cred
them
stick,
don't.
alright, of course. But
yeah.
we don't talk about that on stream.
Wow.
So yeah, that's the crest that is on the briefcase. It's a silver briefcase with that black crest on it.
Okay.
But yeah, they come in. The smaller guy kind of nudges the bigger guy and says, he's like, so he's like, bet you didn't ever expect to be in one of those flights, huh? We're used to space, but I mean that was pretty cool, right? I mean, did you get to like? Did you look out the window at all? And the
Oh,
other
are you
guy kind of
talking to
shakes
me?
His head. No, he's pointing at the. He goes, "No, I'm talking to this guy. Sorry."
Yeah. Thought so.
Yeah.
Grog looks shifty and then puts his head down.
And so he's like, no, I didn't. Sorry, this guy. And the guy just kind of like shakes his head. He's like, no, I didn't. make it."
Grog like slits his eyes, like he
Yeah.
thinks there's something going on here. He doesn't know.
They go to turn, press the button to the floor, and they realize you guys are already going to 45.
Is that where they're going?
Seems like.
They want to go to
yeah.
the ground floor?
No, they're
So
going
I
to
like-
45.
Oh, okay.
45.
I look at the littler guy and like awkwardly like bat my eyes, and I'm kind of like, oh, we're going to the same floor.
And he goes, oh, yeah, you guys. I guess so.
We have to stop doing this.
And then yeah, and I'm like, oh, come here often. No, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're just gonna be doing some file working. Be like, so that's where we're going.
The guy in the
did
suit kind
you
of looks at
just
you and
say?
goes,
Fireworking.
firework?
I was
And
just
I-
trying
Janitor's
desperately.
doing
to keep
fire.
it
Oh,
safe.
abort! No
He's like-
fireworks.
And then I
Actually,
just go,
when
I mean,
Archie would notice this. Archie would butt in and would just say, "What she means? Sorry, I'm the brains. These guys are just the muscle. We're trying to sort out the storage system for all the information on the 45th floor because someone in the organization keeps fucking it about. So, yeah, I'll be. Don't worry. These guys.
Roll
will
a
do it.
persuade.
Oh, good. My minus
We
charisma.
just told them why we're actually here.
Well, pretty much, but
Yeah, it's cool.
Nice one. I
They
like
might
this
not. To be
one.
fair, they might not have caught like onto whether or not
So
what
persuade,
files
yeah.
they are and stuff. And to be fair, we are in janitor's
I've-
clothes.
well, it's not.
I'm
It's also
Just
him
come to mop up a
butting
few
in.
files on the
I
internet.
don't know.
You
Like,
butt in at the
probably,
wrong
like, while
time.
people are talking, I've just basically moved so I'm next to Ardash.
I fucked up. Oh,
I've also got my hand on my satchel.
Yeah, so Ardash
That's-
finishes her entire speech, and then you go, well, actually, we're going there. I'm sorry. We're going there to fix some files that were fucked up for the storage system. And they're like, uh-huh.
And I like immediately recover, and I'm like, well, originally it was supposed to be a robot, but they gave us the wrong one.
Okay.
And then I kind of look over and I go, solar flare, am I right?
And they kind of just they smile.
It's just like the CEO.
They smirk a bit, yeah.
So-
yeah.
Well, the guy in the suit doesn't like leave facing forward, but he still smiles. You could see him smirk a little bit. But yeah, anything else happens in the elevator before the doors open?
I've got like my
I'm standing
sword gripped.
strangely close to Ardash. Like,
Okay.
I'm personal space invading.
Uncomfortably close.
Okay. You do, Vox. Do you recognize the
Yeah, I know
crest?
who these people are.
Okay. All right. So you guys, the doors open up because that's different than. But yeah, you guys, the doors open and you guys are in a glass walled, like the exterior wall is like made of glass with some struts.
I was gonna say,
you
like,
guys can
every
see,
wall
like-
in the building is made of glass. Good luck stealthing.
Have fun. No, but I mean, like, over the
about glass
partitions and
ceiling.
cubicle stuffs, you can see out the windows to the city below. But they're in front of you. Hang on, look at the handout. So yeah, in front of you, there's a glass, or I'm sorry, like a wood grain conference room, and there's like this plaster walls, plaster partitions for these offices that surround the area. In the corner, there in the way in the end of the building, there is an encased metal room, and there's one that isn't just all the way to the top plaster room as well. You could obviously, looking at the schematics and pointing out everything, Archie, those are obviously probably the lab and the break room.
I say, right, follow me, guys, and I walk towards the lab.
Okay.
I follow him.
So yeah, a gentleman.
I want to keep an eye out for cameras and stuff.
Yeah, there are some
I
cameras.
put a hand on you real quick and just sort of gesture for the other guys to go first, like say sorry, and like graciously. I'm just like after you.
Yeah, Grog's straight out after Archie.
Okay.
Yeah.
On his heels.
Right when you walk in,
I mean,
there's a
they're
dome.
going out. They're going out first anyway because they came in after. So
Yeah. These guys go out and talk to the receptionist right outside office 1, and then they're let in. Doors closed.
Yeah, if there's a receptionist, I say, we hear about the computers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll help you right up. They walk in. Some glass slides up from the plastic, or I'm sorry, the plaster partitions slides up to the ceiling, and then it someone inside presses a button, and
It polarizes.
it gets all foggy, and you guys very opaque. The lady, she's like, okay, yeah, the server room is actually just beyond, right in the lab. You can get access to it through the lab.
Cool. Thank you. Do we need a key or anything?
And she's like, she goes, yeah, and she gives one of them to you guys. She goes, but I can't let all of you in there. I don't think it's
That's all right.
an all of you job.
Well, we need I need some of these guys to run cables and things.
I'm the heavy lifting. Look, and I like do my
I
guns.
Start
turn
lifting
around
the
and
barrel.
say,
Yeah.
I turn around and say, actually, I should probably stay with Ardash, and we'll contact our employer about this mix-up with the robot.
Okay, me and Grog will go and take care of the other thing, and I go to take the documents off of you.
Yeah, I hand you the documents.
Cool.
She goes, you can feel free to wait here if you want, or you could wait in the break room. I mean, there's some water in there if you want to contact. It's probably actually better reception there.
I smile and say,
Actually, she
what
says
if
you
I
can
can't
use
get
the
any
comms
reception?
in the break room because you guys don't have comms. No one bought comms. So
I brought... Didn't we? What?
We've got comms on the ship.
No, we only have
We
comms
have-
on the
there's
ship.
comms
yeah.
on the ship, but you
We-
guys don't
we
have
don't-
personal
we don't.
comms.
Don't have
Not on
personal
our
comms
like.
yet.
We're plebs.
That'll be the first thing I spell.
Yeah.
Well, get
First thing
comms
you
from me
guys
and Grog.
buy.
Yeah.
I thought I genuinely.
Grog gets
I thought
so
our data
confused
pads
about
had,
that, Like people turning up on his wrist, he doesn't do well with that.
Yeah. What is this?
Yeah, I say, right, come on, Grog, let's go. And I take the key and head over towards
I give one last smile to the lovely receptionist and like one last heft of the barrel
I
lingo.
grab him by the massive arm and like, Come on.
She looks like terrified. This massive
Yeah, she's
guy.
like
She probably gives you a very, very, very polite, like,
huge
So-
mustache and weird.
So, Cord, to clarify, like
Yes.
comms and stuff, we can like receive transmissions if somebody else has one, but
Um,
like we couldn't send one to one another because we don't have the.
We can
Yeah,
get like
you
the
guys-
"Help me, Obi-Wan
Okay.
Kenobi" message.
Yeah, you
Right,
guys
yeah.
received a message
we need
probably because they were saved on your pad.
But we
But you guys
can't.
don't have.
Okay.
You guys
The
don't have a
capability to
phone.
go outgoing. Okay.
We can't
You guys
live
don't have a
stream
cell
yet,
phone.
is what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
um,
Okay. I did. Yes.
Clips.
So
know
like,
that.
no one bought that. I assumed that probably the first episode that you guys all had them, and then I forgot that no one bought them. So let's just
Yeah.
say that was a file that you guys saved and you guys played it.
Well,
Uh,
like I was saying though, like it would be like able capability to like you can receive any kind of message, but
Yeah.
like since we don't even have the outgoing, we can't communicate with
Yeah,
one another.
okay,
But like
yeah.
if some outer source were to be like, "Hey, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi,"
Exactly.
makes
You can receive some stuff, but you guys can't communicate between
right?
Each
because
other
we,
without
we
being
haven't
next to each
bought
other. So
yeah
you guys didn't
we
buy
haven't
the-
bought the com.
com
Cool.
to.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, there's she says you can use the comms in the break room to
Okay.
contact your employer, or you could hang out here with me, and then she gives you the key, the access key to the lab, which is not hasn't been signed out this hour, so you are available to go in.
Cool. I
Um,
take it.
but yeah.
Take Grog and go. I say to the others in the cell, meet you in the break room.
I look. So I look at her and I will roll a. I guess a bluff check or something. But I go. I'm actually gonna be peeking around in some of these offices to make sure there's no wire crossings, just so we can figure out what's going
Sweet.
on with the system.
Okay.
Don't want any crossed wires.
This is some bullshit that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, just some some
I'm just going to be looking into some bullshit over there, so if you don't
Yeah.
mind, I'll just...
Yeah.
I just
I just
can't
don't
go
wanna-
with that.
Yeah.
Wherever the carpet is, I just need to make sure that the fibers aren't too long.
Yeah.
No.
Just want to make
The
sure
fibers.
the wind.
Did you roll
isn't
d20,
messing up.
Colin? Because that's
For some reason, I'm
You have to count all of
pressing,
the individual fibers on the carpet.
so it's 2d6 plus whatever your persuade skill is, plus
And your
charisma,
charisma.
if you have it.
Charisma mod.
Oh, it's because I got this stupid thing up there. 2d6 plus charisma.
Mm-hmm.
Plus charisma and your persuade thing.
Plus your persuade.
I had I was looking at the floor plan, so I didn't have my character sheet.
Yeah, you have no persuade, so you have -1. Plus your charisma, which is 0, so you have a 2d6 -1.
Great.
Holy shit.
Cool.
That's plus and minus makes yeah. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and
Roll
so
10.
she's all about it. She's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And
Right.
she's like, doesn't seem to care. She's like,
I go-
sure. And
Great, thanks.
goes back to her half desk,
Yeah.
starts typing away.
Just going on Facebook.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, whatever. And she starts tweeting her friends. Her comms. But yeah, so yeah, what do you do, Archie and Grog?
Yeah, we go straight for the lab. I lead Grog.
Yep.
Unlock it, walk in. What do we see?
So you walk in. It's a very. It's kind of like a conference room. There's a couple more. There's like a whole. There's a server box on the side. There's some locked diamond plate chests, and as well as just a big table in the front or in the middle with. Looks like it's got a glass sheen on top of it. There's buttons nearby as well, attached to the table.
Cool. I guess, is there anyone else in the room?
No, it's just you guys. You unlocked it, opened up the door, and turned
Is
the
it
lights
just
on.
is it
That's what
that's the only entrance and exit, yeah?
Mhm.
Cool. Is it glass window or anything?
Yeah, there are glass windows, but the switch right now is on opaque.
Cool.
So it's just murky glass.
So no one can see through it. Cool.
Nope.
I say Grog, stay by the door, look busy, and I hand him like a spanner. To look
I,
at
s-
the-
I start spannering things.
It's just like the side of the wall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like the opposite side of the room to the
Seeing it
server.
fits over light switches.
make sure he stays away.
Can
Give him a
we
tape
see
measure.
can we see the secretary from here? Because I'll be like spannering different like objects
And,
to
like,
try
looking
like
at her.
work out. yeah.
Yeah, you can position yourself. You can't from the door. Excuse me, but you.
I'll like work my
Kinda-
way out into the
yeah, you work
hallway,
your
just
way
span
out
at
into the
everything,
hallway.
just start spannering the desk a little bit. You know.
Just go over like
As-
off
Very
the
important
chair.
business, miss. Got to spanner this.
I head
start
over to
bending
him,
a hinge.
I noticed that Grog is doing this, and I'm like, Grog, stay in this room.
1 second, miss. Duty calls, and I go back.
And yeah, so what I want to do, I want to go to the server box, and I want to like, I've got like my wrist-mounted computer thing,
Yeah.
what's it, yeah?
Yeah.
And I want to start like connecting it up, and have it like, I want to kind of first of all just gauge what the security is like on this thing.
You want to what? What?
Gauge what the security is like on this thing.
Okay. It seems to be pretty heavily fortified.
Cool.
Uh,
so what kind of company is this?
This is a shipyard conglomerate.
So yeah, sorry, Vox, did you tell me what kind of records we were after?
No, but it's
Don't worry,
I'll just-
Grog knows.
yeah. No, I did
What's
actually.
the hard drive size on my wristband computer?
2 gigs.
What kind of RAM have you got?
It's like
I mean,
20.
how's
it's
the
the future,
graphics
so
card?
yeah,
I
you've
think
got.
like I get a few terabytes.
We need to
Yeah, you've got a
download
few
some more
terabytes.
RAM.
Cool. I guess I want to have a poke around and see if I can find like the incriminating files. I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
Um,
You're like, incriminating file. We gotta find a file. Which one?
I've got
doesn't matter.
got a 9 for finding it.
Okay.
Your brother knew.
You do find it after the roll d4.
Yeah, Grog knew the name of the company that we were after it for, at least.
Yeah. You and Westwind.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
But
takes you
Grog
about
is
an
also
hour.
Grog.
So you
Yeah,
guys
you
have an
remember
hour
salient
until
information.
the files are brought up. So yeah, after like doing some hacking and some finding of the files here, an hour goes by.
Does he
And
hack
you
Don't
will
worry,
find-
I'm keeping an eye on the secretary.
Yeah. So what does everybody do in this hour?
I take R dash to the break room, like, and I basically like take her to the corner, and very like quietly and discreetly, I basically I want to speak to her without being overheard. Like, so I'll be like, I probably look like a mental person. I'm just like dragging her places.
This little girl. that you're like-
Yeah, there's a gentleman. Actually, you go in there, and right when you think that it's secluded, and you're like, okay, hey, and then you hear the bathroom go off and like the toilet flush, and some guy comes out zipping his fly, and he's like, oh, all right.
And then
he
I
sits
kind of
down
like
and-
push Vox away, like awkward, and like I'm like, stop now, not while we're at work.
Yeah. He makes his way over towards the bench inside the break room, and he starts reading. Just starts doing a crossword, and then for about 20 minutes, and then he gets up and leaves. He looks at his watch, and he's like, "Oh, close." Yeah, and then
Yeah, all right, cool.
he meanders out.
Cool.
And,
I
then I lend an ear to him after he leaves.
say the man in the the man who was in the elevator with us. He had a briefcase.
And I go kind of like, I didn't notice.
Well, he works for. And I sort of give like a frantic look around, and I say, "Have you ever heard of the Divine Fathers?"
And I go like, I don't know what they are, but I've heard people mention them.
Well, let's just say, calmly, rationally. Nobody overreact, nobody freak out.
Hello.
But, it's entirely possible that they are an order who I used to work for, who trained me primarily to kill psychics, exclusively, all day.
And I go, great. And then I kind of like confidently walk out of the break room.
I'm just like, I just stand there like that was
Like
not the
completely,
response I want.
yeah. Like I'm like, oh, okay, and then I like walk away from him, and I walk right toward the room, the office that these people are in, that the people in the elevator are in.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
Okay. The receptionist stands up and goes, "Hi, can I help you? Were any of the lines crossed, or did you get them?"
You see
Yeah, and I
Grog
go, "Oh,
spannering
we
in the
just,
background.
yeah, we just found a little interference in office 2A over there," and I just whatever the office is named, and I just go, "Yeah,
She
we're just
kind of
gonna."
like looks quizzically down the hall and doesn't. She's kind of as if there was no office 2A on this floor.
Yeah, and
That's
I was
okay.
like,
Just
and I was like, yeah, the one over there, and I hate to interrupt, their meeting or anything, but it's gonna be really bad if we don't get to it soon. So we're just gonna check it out and make sure that everything's fine.
Okay. And she goes, "Well, I
I've
can't let you
given
in.
her, like followed her up.
I can't let you in right now. There's a meeting in progress."
And I go, yeah, I know. And again, I hate to disturb it, but like we don't, we got a job to do, and we don't want to make it, so it's too inconvenient. But it is really imperative that we fix this now, because otherwise this could spread.
Okay. She's pretty dumb, so she's like, "Okay, just one
She
second."
panics.
And then she opens up the door to go in, and you see all three of those guys are there. There's a guy sitting. But yeah, all three of the guys are there, and
And then they left.
And then just Claude leaves. He's had enough.
I need to close the door. So all of them are there. There's a guy sitting. They seem to be talking about. You just hear them. Well, I don't know. But what does that mean for us? I mean, and then she's like, excuse me.
I'm sorry.
People. Yeah, I know you said not to interrupt, but the what out with it? And then she's like, well, the repair people, they need to come in here and look at the wires, I think. And then make a
I'm
luck
trying to
save.
tug R-dash away at this point.
I don't. Yeah. What?
Make a luck save.
Okay.
D20. I think yours is a 14.
So it's a D20 plus 13? Or?
Nope. D20
Oh, plus
and
1.
get plus nothing. Yeah, get above a 14.
Oh,
It's that save thing.
Okay.
Yeah, he just goes, I'm in a meeting. Don't. He's like, what did I say about interrupting me? Don't ever ask me this again. And she's like, get out. And then she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then she closes the door awkwardly and goes, I'm sorry, I can't leave you in there.
Okay. I go up to the door and
Oh my god, I tug you away so hard. I'm just like, no.
Well, did you
Damage
follow
is
her
done.
down the hall as she left?
Yeah. No. I said I'd probably follow her, trying to stop her.
Okay.
yeah. So I knocked on and slammed on the door, and then he like kind of yanks me away.
So yeah,
How many times did you slam on the door?
a couple.
Like 7.
Oh,
Like a good hard 9.
I'm really sorry she repeatedly fell into the door.
Well, do you drag her away from the door, or
Yeah,
you
I
just...
drag her away from the door.
So yeah, you drag her away from the door, and the door opens, and then you start hearing the receptionist get yelled at by this guy.
Single gunshot.
And so yeah, we'll cut back to Grog. You're just spanning things.
Yeah, and I come back. I'm like, right, what do we need to do? Because I've spanned everything in sight now.
Spend everything.
I say to Grog, well, I've got to keep looking at this, mate. What are you good at? I start kind of furrow my brows. It was very hard to think of something other than killing people. I say, so what if they, first of all, I check, is there like any recording equipment in this room?
Yeah, there's a camera. Actually,
Yeah.
I wave.
There is a camera, but it's facing the other way. It looks like it has to be like installed and turned on. So like when experiments and things and like prototypes are being built and shown off, and concepts and all that stuff, they'll turn it and focus it, turn it on to like record the presentations. But right now it's off because it's
Cool. Yeah. So I say to Grog, can you just hold these things for me? And I just give him arbitrary things to hold to keep him occupied.
hold this.
Yeah. Every like couple of minutes I'll just change.
I go out to talk to the secretary after a while. I get bored.
Okay. Soon as Grog gets bored and leaves, you see a file called like everything is like
Grog.exe.
every,
Wait a minute, and it's all Illuminati.
every file you come across is like all concept labeled like SF something like SF Wasp for the model of the copter, SF and like different ship names, SF Mantis, SF these things, just different kind of stuff. But one is just mentioned
SF Donga.
WS. And I guess Westwind Multistellar would have, I guess that's the closest thing you could reference it to.
Yeah. What kind of are they like Microsoft Word 21
Files?
whatever? Yeah.
You're kind of in like the DOS. It's just the commands. But one of them that you'd see scan by out of place was WS.
Cool. Yeah, I guess I would then just try and copy them across whilst like I basically what I would do if it was Nogovir, I'd just go into task manager, find the process for all the security end process, and then just copy it across.
Works every time.
Basically, attempt to do that, but more.
You turn
Yeah.
off McAfee and
More
Norton
years
antivirus.
Yeah, you gotta just go into your preferences and turn off auto virus.
Yeah. So
Protection.
shall I roll?
No, you don't have to. Yeah, you go to drag it. A couple more lines go by, and then it says something about white shadow. And then another a folder goes by. It says Westwind advertising campaign. Here is it. Oh boy. 3436, which is the next year.
Cool. 34. Cool. Yeah. So I take it and what I do is, so when you've got like stuff that you want to hide in your computer and it's in a folder called schoolwork. I make a folder called schoolwork and then put all this stuff inside it.
That's such a bad idea. I'll tell you why it's a bad idea, because your parents always look in your schoolwork folder.
That's true. Let's see how they're doing in school.
Yeah.
Um,
Miscellaneous
Yeah,
folder, that's what you want, my friend.
What's the actual reason, like the pretense under which we've come? So we're just repairing
We're
stuff.
janitors.
We're doing systems maintenance, aren't we?
No.
So, yeah,
I'm
you-
spannering
You
everything,
just
mate.
did basic
That's what
repair
I-
work. You just made it up.
I made out because that's what I'm good at. Okay, in that case, I put a little show. I just like make sure I check all the cables and stuff, and then I walk out and I
Grog's talking to the secretary.
Which
He's been there
folders
for a
did you
while.
take?
all of
Did
them.
you take
Everything like that folder, like the
The previous
overarching
folder?
folder that was in.
The folder
I've-
overside of it.
I've basically I filled like a memory on my like
Okay. You've
Right.
taken
basic
you've taken the white shadow folder and the multistellar folder.
yeah.
Ronan says my school folder was very specialized in biology. Okay.
So, White Shadow. What's the file in it? Is it an executable or is
Is it a drug?
It is a video file.
It's a video file. Cool. I
A
Yeah.
Vox Shadow.
I was gonna say if it's an EXE, I might just leave it because that sounds like a virus.
It is an EXE.
Yeah, no. I
Got Trojan.
I leave that on my computer, and I go over and like I imagine as I go, I'll go past the break room and just like beckon to the other two.
I'm like, I want to be talking to the secretary. I want to.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah.
I approach
So when
and I
that
say-
happens, Grog, you walk over to the secretary, and this is probably right after she was reamed out by her boss.
Yeah.
And then you walk around the other side of the conference room, or you enter from the other side of the conference room, opposite side of where Voxtel
Yeah.
just dragged Ardash like down the corridor, and then you came around the other side.
I imagine I imagine she's looking a bit like distressed, like she's
Yeah,
just
she
a bit
kind of like
yeah.
rolls her eyes when she sees someone else approach her from your team.
I say, sorry, miss, to disturb you, but I heard there was a bit of a commotion. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I mean your colleagues are just trying to get into the room, and I can't. They're in a meeting,
Oh,
and I keep getting yelled at. Who?
no, I said, oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I need to have more diction. Right, is this boss of yours, is he a bit of a mean fellow?
Can be.
I'm waiting around the corner listening to this for the banter.
yeah.
Your
Like-
file's already done, and you're like, all right, we're ready, and then you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh.
I said this would be good.
This ought to be good.
Yeah.
I
So,
beckon the other two over, and we're all round.
yeah,
the
you're all
corner
round the
listening to
corner,
this
like.
conversation. They're like,
yeah. So
I'm
Grog-
still
You're basically like, guys, I've seen this before. You've got to see this, and we're
Yeah.
just like, I wonder what Grog flirting is like.
yeah. So Grog's like, this boss of yours a bit of a meanie. So would you like to get a drink with me sometime?
She's like,
Go straight for it.
Yeah.
make a persuade.
It's like a,
Roll for
he just jumps from one issue to the next, like, very quickly.
I guess actually make a luck
Okay,
because it's yeah.
It would, in
is
in
just
our lives,
blind.
It's always luck.
13 is my save, so it's just 1d20, isn't it?
Yes.
The odds are against me, boys. 9.
Yeah. She just goes, I don't think my boyfriend would like that.
Oh, right, just your boyfriend.
Made-up boyfriend.
yeah.
The worst.
Grog's like,
It's a
mm.
flexion.
Grog's like, the classic. Very well. And I say, plenty of more fish in the sea, and then I turn around and walk out.
And she's like,
Oh,
I hope
what-
you find yours.
What are you guys doing here, around this corner, looking at
Yeah.
me?
You turn, everybody's just like,
No, everything, Grog. You remember those tools I needed you to carry, and I hand him a spanner. I handed the spanner back, and I
Yeah.
said, "We need to go. I fixed all the cabling. Issue's gone." I say this loudly and with great enthusiasm, and then I walk into the elevator, press the ground floor, and
Has
hold it.
anyone explained the birds and the bees to Grog? P. Farts asks. That's a good
I
question.
probably did. I probably did when we were after our parents died.
Oh yeah. Grog is a man. Kappa.
you probably figured it out. So what's the order of who's going in the elevator? Is Ardash going to be last?
I'll
She
put
has
that
not.
first.
She's not going in the elevator. Yeah, she's
Okay.
hanging back while everyone else goes into the elevator.
Vox is not. Vox is.
Don't
going,
worry,
he's
she's-
just standing next to you.
She's got a
Hanging out.
boyfriend. Sorry, she's got a
We can
boyfriend.
go, guys. She's got a boyfriend.
yeah. He sees Arda staying behind. He's like, no. She's got a boyfriend.
I go,
I imagine
"Oh."
like he finds he thinks Ardash is jealous.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like I'm not even talking to her. She's
Yeah.
just a friend.
What?
Archie.
Yes, Grog.
I
what's
think
wrong,
she meant a boyfriend, and he like big old quotation marks, and he's like, yeah, I know what's going on.
I look at Grog with a look that Grog has seen many years. Made it well for the last several years of. Oh, Grog.
He smiles happily. He takes it as affirmation.
Yeah, there's like a fake chuckle in there.
Okay.
Are the other two in the elevator yet?
I don't think so. Ardash kind of just hung out. You guys walked by and then went to the elevator.
Yeah. so-
And then Ardash is still kind of sitting there. Ardash, what are you doing?
She just kind of holds up a finger and is like, "Hang on one second." And she goes, "I've just got to use the ladies' room." And then she
say we can-
runs
Why did
off.
she laugh when she
I,
said
s-
that? That's not
I
funny.
say we can do that on the way out. We're going.
I imagine it's a little awkward for everyone when she says, "I need to go use the ladies' room," and Vox follows
Yeah,
her.
and Fox is like,
Yeah.
is like,
Yeah.
I'll be
But
right back.
is Vox going? Is Vox going with her?
Yes.
Cool. I press ground floor and I.
Yeah, yeah. I want to say like me and Archie exchange a very
Two-
odd glance. We're like,
Yeah, we press ground floor. We're out of there. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know these two people, and I don't want to die. I want to
Alright.
watch this video.
So you guys
don't want to
glide
watch this.
down the elevator and to reach the ground floor. Ardash, you go down the hall.
Yeah, go back to even though I called it 2A to the receptionist and she was like,
Yeah.
"Wait, what?" It's Office 5, which is next to the lab.
Okay.
And I go over to the lab and I just kind of wave by the receptionist as if we just goes, "Oh, we just stupid guys, they forgot some equipment. You know, men." And I just keep walking.
You know, men. You
You know what? That is
sexist.
an entire half of the population.
Yeah.
They're all the same.
That being the female half.
And she's
Yeah.
like, no, I don't know, man. Yeah, so
Not
Maybe
at
you
all.
want to, says Grog as he goes
No,
down
I
the elevator.
don't know them at all.
I shoot Grog in the head.
I thought I did.
Grog
so
commits
yeah,
on a
you,
seppuku.
you head into Office
Towards
5.
Yeah, I head toward the I go into the lab where Office 5 is kind of the like it's adjacent to the lab.
Fucked.
So there's a wall separating the lab and the office. So I go back into the lab and I just I take a hammer and I just start banging on the wall.
But Office
I
1
immediately
is where
like,
the
Oh, I thought
Office 1 is where the meeting is happening.
I thought you had said it was Office 5.
I bang on the
I
wall.
thought I said
anyway.
1. That's like everybody was. I thought I had said 1 because that's
I
where the
chose a bad
receptionist
time
was.
to go.
Yeah, no, you had already said one.
hell
It's
is
in
going
office.
Oh, okay. So irregardless, all right. So then, I ran into
Regardless isn't a word, you filthy American.
I'm guesstimating how much.
You have no regard for the English language.
Colonials.
So I go to Office 3, rather.
All the Yankees, and I hope they win it this year.
Oh, damn Yankees!
All right, so
Into Office 3, the
Okay.
one adjacent to Office 1,
Okay.
and I go into Office 3 and start using the opposite end of the hammer, and I just smack like a hole into the wall that separates the two.
yeah, roll a physical. Is it not physical?
Can I contest that and try and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
basically
Are you-
back
you're
away
following
before
her?
she does? Yes, I'm
Okay.
basically, for all intents and purposes, while we're in this floor, assume that I am next to her.
Yeah. Okay.
Each has about time to go out the room to get a drink.
Make a. Yeah, you can go to drink if you need to.
I did, and that's why I don't have a clue what these two are doing.
Oh, yes.
You wouldn't have a clue anyway.
Literally, this makes no sense to anyone, including them.
Will message me on Steam.
Grog,
Please let me know.
Grog's.
I guess make a because you want to. You'd have to probably attack her. All right. Yeah. So
A grapple attack, yeah.
yeah. So make your attack as if you would a melee weapon. Just to see if you hit her.
So
So it's D20 plus Ardash's armor. Ardash, I'm sure you're putting your woven body armor underneath.
Yes,
So I don't.
I'm looking for it.
it's
It looks like we never put that down.
woven body armor. I think it's 7. Like that's
Okay.
the nice stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 7. All right, so you do D20 plus 7 plus any other if you have like combat. Combat.
I have
loss.
combat 'cause I'm a warrior, so
Yeah.
Vox
Yeah.
wouldn't be aware because I've never disclosed it to him, but Ardash is a psychic. I never disclosed that to him.
No, you've never disclosed to anybody. He assumed it once when you guys first met,
yeah.
but
Okay.
I know. I'm pretty sure like it actually did come up.
no, I think you were like, "Hi, nice to meet you,"
Yeah.
especially, and you're like, and
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
"Okay." Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice for you.
Yeah. He's like, okay. So yeah, what did you roll? Did you roll anything? D20 plus 7 plus your combat skill.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at what my combat skill is and where it is.
Combat unarmed. Let me look for you. You have nothing, so it's -1, so it's plus 6.
Plus 6.
Absolutely haram.
22.
Great. You go to attack
What'd you
with your hammer. No, he's got to get above a 20. That's how it works in this game.
right.
So yeah, he rolls to, or I'm sorry, you go to like stab the.
you go
yeah.
to stab the hammer, and I just roll some dice, and I'm like, nope.
No,
Yoink.
stop that right now. I rolled 2 6s. So yeah, you go to like stab the handle into the wall with some like fury, and then R-Dash just kind of grabs the end of the hammer.
R-Dash?
Just kind of. I'm sorry, Vox. Both have weird names. Grabs the handle or grabs the head of the hammer.
Apologize.
It's okay. And yeah.
I basically want to drag you like from the room, like discreetly, like
Snake
basically
me.
like when you grab someone by the wrist and you like twist like the bone.
And it's
Yeah.
kind of like
Ow, ow, ow.
Just
do a
you know,
physical
in a-
effect
in a
save,
paleo
Colin.
way.
All right.
Physical. Okay.
Physical effect save
Oh my
for
God, will do.
R-Dash.
Yeah.
So it's a D20. Get above a 13.
By the way, Chet, just
Oh, you bastard!
Chet is
So
here
there's
for
through.
40 minutes, so he says he might drop in if he's allowed.
I think it's. I'm kind of
Yeah, we'll
like.
see. If we're
I'm trying
back
to
on the ship,
grab
then yeah,
you,
we
but
can.
yeah, I'm trying to like grab you, but at the same time, I'm really worried about hurting you. So I'm just like, not really, and you just easily like manage
Yeah.
to slip out.
It's just like knee you in the stomach and like get out.
Oh my god, you dick!
What did you roll?
14.
What was your save?
13.
Okay, great. Yeah, so you try to like grab, you're like twisting the wrist, and he just kind of punches your elbow, and you're like, oh, and you like let go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll let you attack the wall, R-Dash, if you want to complete that action.
Great. Yeah. So we still we left the barrel of weaponry.
Yeah,
with
they've
Adam,
got it.
right? Yeah.
Oh no,
So
Grog's
I've-
reading that
I've
away.
got-
probably.
Grog's had it
I've-
into
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got all my weapons. So.
Got your grenades and stuff, yeah.
Oh my
Um,
god. Remind me
so
she's got grenades.
I'm just in my pistol, and I just start kind of chiseling a hole into the other wall.
Okay. So yeah, you easy.
So it's about like that big.
Well, it's probably about
Well,
the size of a
that's
quarter
the
right now.
right.
Yeah,
The objective, of course.
yeah.
It's
You're
that big.
gonna keep going.
Right.
But yeah, so you the handle does go through the first time, and you hear what the fuck, and then some guy gets up, and they hear the door or the chair move, and he gets up, and the door opens, and then he stands in the doorway between where you are in the hallway. He's like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?"
And I go, "Yeah, we tried to come in earlier. We need to build a." And then
And this is not this guy wasn't associated with the other guys. This is a new guy. This guy probably they were meeting with.
right. And I go, "Yeah, we tried to come in earlier. There's some issues with the wiring, and we're gonna need to build a safe through in order for the communications to go through properly. So tried to talk to you guys earlier, but we're just gonna have to go ahead and do it. Got a job for you." And I keep like hammering at the wall.
And he's like, "Excuse me, do you have? You're gonna do this today? You're not gonna have a. There's another time you can do this where we can actually close out the floor and you can fix this."
And I go, "Hey, I'm on contract, buddy." I go, "You're gonna have to talk to our superiors who made the schedule today. Okay, you can move."
I turn around to him and I say, "Look, I've got an idea. How about I
He reaches for his
go into
lapel
the
and speaks something into it.
Talk to the PFAR. Talk to the union.
Yeah. We've unionized.
I turn to him. I'm like, look, there's obviously been some kind of mix up with the schedules because we were told we had the floor to ourselves, and you guys aren't supposed to be here according to what our supervisor said. So I'm just going to give him a call, and I tell him, I'm like,
And I
honey,
just-
can we step outside?
from
And
the from the ground, I'm like, yeah, sounds like a mix-up, and I just keep.
I drag you out.
All right.
So professional.
All right. So you're like, sorry, something's kind of mixed up. Make a persuasion.
She's like hammering as you get dragged out. You're like,
Yeah, and he's like, sorry, this must be a mix-up, and he's just like stabbing the.
The guy's like,
Lol.
what the fuck is going
Yeah.
on?
I also want to clarify. You just to
Clarify.
clarify, you did actually say you were using the handle of the hammer, so I'm presuming you're not even hammering. You're just hitting the
Yeah,
wall.
he's
with
just
the hammer.
stabbing. Well, she had to make sure that it would go through the wall, because else
you
you'd
make
make
the
the
hole
angry
and
She's
you
dent.
just continuously using it. It's like, to anyone else, it just looks like she doesn't know how to use basic tools.
This is
Turn to Grog and
psychopath.
say, "This is a long elevator ride."
by the way, I want to say quick shout out to everyone who is new on stream. If you haven't followed yet already, please do. Thank you to Alexander for following us. Welcome to the adventure, my friend.
Alexander.
Yeah, indeed.
Congrats on getting that name
Yeah,
for Twitch.
you've done well.
Done very well. So yeah,
So I'm rolling 2d6 plus, was it persuade is 0, so it's -1.
yeah, okay. Is it
Persuade
0 or is there
if
nothing
it-
at
if
all?
it- Yeah, if it's a difference.
It's nothing at all.
Oh, okay, minus 1.
Get
Or is
wrecked.
it? Would this actually be deception, or is that the same though?
We have deception.
I don't think there's a specific deception skill.
No.
It's just persuade.
It's just persuade.
It's just persuade. Persuade covers
Cool.
all talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of
Oh,
vague.
I'm glad I'm crap at it then.
Oh, sorry, so am I. I'm a -1.
I'm really good at
Okay.
it, actually.
Yeah,
That's
he
a 4.
doesn't seem like he was listening as he was still talking to the his lapel.
The voice on the other end.
Yeah. And then he kind of like stands back and still kind of eyeballs the situation. Looks like he's waiting at the elevator, like looking and holding up his watch and talking
Okay.
again with the guy on the. Looks like he obviously seems like he's calling security.
Yeah.
So back to the Galleon brothers. Bing, bing.
Brothers
You guys are at
Galleon.
the bottom floor.
Yep.
Ground floor, doors open. Security
I
guys
go.
are there.
I go to walk out.
Where are the other two gone then?
I say, oh, they have apparently had to go and sort something. They'll be out in a minute, hopefully. We'll head back to the office.
We have an
Okay.
office.
Yes, you know the big building we go to.
No. Oh yes. I thought we was going